Hello and welcome to Spectrum Television News at 12. I am Uyai Aniakan, coming to you live from Uyo, the capital city of Akwa Ibom State, Nigeria. Let's take a look at some of the headlines. President Tinubu seeks council monarchs support for development. Federal government fines British American Tobacco $110 million, drops criminal charges. Plus, United States releases last military aid for Krev. We will bring you details of the story and more in a moment. First in the news this afternoon is from the national scene, where President Bola Tinubu has called for more collaborative efforts between the federal councils and traditional rulers in spreading development across the country. He said the successful execution of plans was already being seen, with changes that will transform the economy through financial re-engineering of the country. Tinubu spoke during a reception held in his honor by the government and people of Lagos State at the Lagos House Marina, Lagos. The president said the reach of the councils and the powers of traditional rulers in the society would be harmonized to provide the needed infrastructure and socio-economic development to people at the grassroots.
You are having a problem seeing me. The job is monumental. It's not a one-man job. It's a collective team. And you have to be able to listen, decipher, tolerate. Sometimes what you don't expect will happen. As I was getting ready this morning, then Akeredolu's matter came in. Gardinaba's matter too. Power is transient. Only Almighty Allah gives power, and He is the only one who will take it. And we see the value of life.
Meanwhile, President Tinubu and Senate President Godswill Akpabio are expected to grace the unveiling of Peace in the Southeast Project, PISEP, in Abia State. The chairperson, Media and Communications Committee of PISEP, Mary Ikoku, disclosed this in a statement which was made available to newsmen in Umuahia. Ikoku described PISEP as a non-partisan advocacy organization working toward the restoration of peace in the Southeast through a non-kinetic approach. She stated that the unveiling ceremony would coincide with the grand reception organized in honor of the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu. The chairperson also listed other prominent Nigerians that are expected at the event, to include the Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Gbajabiamila, and members of both chambers of the National Assembly. Away from that, Vice President Kashim Shettima has commissioned the multi-million naira redesigned Kano Governor's Office complex at the Government House in Kano. The edifice included a redesigned council chamber, an executive conference hall, and a VIP lounge. Recall that the complex was constructed by the first military administrator of the state, late Commissioner of Police Audu Bako, in 1967. The Vice President was assisted by Kano State Governor Abba Yusuf, Speaker of the House of Representatives Tajuddin Abbas, Deputy Senate President Baru Jibril, and Senator Kawu Sumaila, among others. Shettima commended the political commitment demonstrated by Yusuf to ensure the timely execution of the project, noting that the remodeling of the governor's office with state-of-the-art equipment would provide a conducive working atmosphere for successive governors and staff to operate optimally. In a separate development, the federal government, through the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission (FCCPC), has fined British American Tobacco (BAT) and its affiliate companies $110 million. The FCCPC said the fine is for alleged infringements of the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Act, National Tobacco Control Act, and sundry legal instruments. The Commission said the British company must subject itself to compliance and monitoring for a period of 24 months, mandatory public health and tobacco control advocacy, as well as provisions of written assurances to the Commission. According to the Commission, it carried out an order and warrant of search and seizure approved by a federal high court at BAT locations and the location of a service provider on January 25, 2021. From the Green Chambers, the House of Representatives Minority Caucus, has condemned the killing of over 70 people in Gashkesh and Rob districts of Birkin Ladi and Bokos local government areas of Plateau State. The minority leader, Kingsley Chinda, said the time has come to end the killings in the state. He urged the military and other security agencies to be unrelenting in tackling the crisis until victory is assured. In a statement he signed, the minority leader also called on the National Assembly Security Committees to commence a proper and detailed investigation into the persistent killings and prefer legislative solutions to the endgame. On security, Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps (NSCDC) has issued operational licenses to 93 private guard companies (PGCS) in 2023 with a view to strengthening national security. The NSCDC Commandant General C.J. Ahmed Audi said this during an interview with newsmen at the Corps headquarters in Abuja. Audi said from the total number of 1,412 PGCs registered by the Corps, 92 were sealed across the country due to several operational violations, but had 24 of the defaulting PGCs later unsealed in the year under review. According to him, licensing, supervising, training, and monitoring of PGC's operations is one of NCDC's major mandates, of which the Corps has been able to fulfill. In another development, Enugu State Governor Peter Mbah has signed the 521.5 billion naira Enugu State 2024 appropriation bill into law, saying it would engender disruptive economic growth, radical infrastructural development, and efficient service delivery. Mbahu said that the appropriation law, consisting 414.3 billion naira capital expenditure, representing 79% of the budget, and 107.2 billion naira, representing 21% of the budget, would rely heavily on internally generated revenue (IGR), charged members of the executive arm of government on robust revenue mobilization and service delivery. Speaking during the budget signing, which was witnessed by members of the State Assembly led by the Speaker Uchenna Ugu, as well as commissioners and other top government functionaries at the Government House, Mbah thanked members of the state legislature for their support across party lines. He said the expeditious passage of the budget was a product of executive-legislature collaboration during the making of the budget estimate, listing the multiple gains expected from the budget.
In the next year. So this is the first time in the state we are spending that size of funds for capital projects. called this budget a budget of disruptive economic growth. And it's disruptive based on the reasons I've already given. The first time we're spending this size on our capex. It also means that we're going to have huge economic activities in Enugu State. So imagine an economy that is typically used to the spending of 20, 30 billion as capex, now going to witness a spend of 400 plus billion on the same capex. That is going to be monumental in the way that it lifts our people out of poverty, in the ways that we generate economic activities. Most importantly, it is also going to ensure that we address some of the gaps we have in our social services.
In a related development, Niger State Governor Umaru Bago has assented to the 2024 appropriation bill passed by the House of Assembly 7 days after he presented the budget proposal to the Parliament. The governor presented to the State Assembly a 2024 budget estimate of over 613 billion naira on December 19. He said his administration accorded respect to the independence of the legislature and read a riot act against members of his cabinet who failed to honor the invitation of the State House of Assembly for scrutiny and status inquiry. He also directed all the revenue-generating ministries, departments and agencies, MDAs, to live up to expectations while warning organizations that generate and spend to be careful as the policy has been abolished. Elsewhere, Ondo State Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa has announced Ebenezer Adeniyo as his Chief Press Secretary. A statement by his Deputy Chief of Staff, Omojuwa Olusegun, named another appointee, including Smart Omodumbi, as Special Assistant to the Governor on Political Matters, Abire Olugbenga, Special Assistant New Media, Moturayo Oyodele, Special Assistant Photography, and Dr. Temitayo Ikpepolu, Special Assistant Domestic and Government House. Meanwhile, Ayedatiwa has also declared 3 days mourning starting from today, Thursday, December the 28th, adding that all flags are to fly at half-mast. We move now to Africa, where the presidency of the Southern African nation has said that Zambian Foreign Minister Stanley Kakubo has resigned amidst suspicions surrounding a business deal with a Chinese businessman. Having taken office in September of 2021, Kakubo declared his decision to step down in a letter, citing malicious allegations linked to a business transaction. The move followed the circulation of a viral video showing two individuals counting bundles of cash on a table. According to reports from the Chinese embassy in 2022, over $3 billion was invested by more than 600 Chinese companies in Zambia. Still in Africa, 79 people have reportedly filed their candidacy for the February 2024 presidential election in Senegal before the Tuesday deadline. Reports say the number of applications submitted to the Constitutional Council has not been made public, but explains that the Caisse des Dépôts et Consignations received 79 applications. The applications include those of the main favorites from the 25 February 2024 election. Amadou Ba, a member of the ruling coalition and Senegal's current prime minister, imprisoned opposition figure Ousmane Sonko and former Dakar mayor Khalifa Sall, among others. On the foreign scene, the White House has approved another tranche of U.S. military aid to Ukraine worth $250 million. It said the latest package includes air defense, artillery and small arms ammunition and anti-tank weapons. According to the White House, the aid marks the last funding available without fresh approval from Congress. Still on the foreign scene, Israeli Minister Benny Gantz has warned that Israel's military will act to remove Hezbollah from the border with Lebanon if its attacks continue. Gantz said the Israel Defense Forces would intervene if the world and Lebanese governments did not stop militants firing on northern Israel. He added that time for a diplomatic solution was running out and cross-border exchanges of fire have been escalating since Hamas's October 7 attacks on Israel. Still to come in the news. Noni Madueke penalty helps Chelsea beat Crystal Palace. Stay tuned for details of this and more after the break.
Yes, I'm looking for where to get quality home furniture and electronics.
Verily, I say unto you, you don't need to go to Dubai. You don't need to go to Lagos. You don't need to go to Abuja. The solution to your problem is in Uyo Akwa Ibom State, in the blessed Ife-Eriko, and they sell all kinds of appliances. The only appliances that Ife-Eriko don't sell is shrine appliances.
The brand to bank on is Blessed Ife-Digo Multi Ventures, the deal on all homes and office furnitures and appliances. With Blessed Ife-Digo, you need not travel abroad in search of premium quality products like electronics, electrical appliances, light and lighting fittings, armored cables, armored doors and regular doors, all building and construction materials, generators and solar energy. They also have musical equipment, industrial equipment and lots more. Blessed Ife-Digo Multi Ventures is located at number 203 Oran Road, Uyo by Ring Road 3. You can also reach them on their customer care hotline on 0811 592 3580. You can reach them via WhatsApp on 0813 227 17092. For your best quality and affordable home and office furnitures, choose Blessed Ife-Digo. Blessed Ife-Digo, the hype is real.
Thanks for staying tuned, and now to the rest of the news stories. On our business news, World Bank has predicted that persistent insecurity, armed conflict, and deteriorating livelihoods will continue to affect the local government areas in Borno, Kaduna, Katsina, Sokoto, Yobe, Zamfara State, and the far north of Adamawa State in Nigeria until May 2024. This is as it disclosed that poor macroeconomic conditions are restricting access to agricultural inputs in the country. The Global Bank also revealed in its latest food security update that the economic hardship is set to affect cereal production in the country. It said estimated cereal production for the 2023-2024 crop year is expected to be 76.5 million tons in West and Central Africa, which is a 2% decrease from the previous season, but a 3% rise from the average for the last 5 years. Meanwhile, World Bank has also said that it has disbursed $1.45 billion from the $1.5 billion State Fiscal Transparency, Accountability and Sustainability Program Fund to the coffers of the federal government. The amount, which has been received so far as of December 12, 2023, is meant to assist state governments to achieve fiscal transparency and accountability. The bank also revealed its plan to extend the program's end date to April 2024 in order to deepen the implementation of the sustainability strategy. The institution said payment was made in 2 tranches of $737.13 million and $717.51 million. In health, a pediatric pulmonologist at the University of Ibadan, Professor Adegoke Falade, has reiterated the importance of exclusive breastfeeding for infants as part of treatment for cold. He made the recommendation during an interview with newsmen in Abuja. Falade, who is also an honorary consultant pediatrician at the University College Hospital Ibadan, listed other treatments for the common cold to include cleaning of nasal discharge in infants and older children and administering home remedies. The pediatric pulmonologist noted that the common cold, also known as acute coryza, is very common in children and is associated with low-grade fever, sneezing, nasal discharge and cough. In sports, Noni Madueke scored an 89th-minute winner from the penalty spot to help Chelsea overcome Crystal Palace at Stamford Bridge in the Premier League. The hosts deservedly went in front in the 13th minute after good work from Malo Gusto ended with the fullback scoring the ball to Michaelo Mudryk to net from close range. However, Palace levelled on the stroke of half-time when Michael Olise brought down Jordan Ayew's cross and smashed an effort into the bottom corner. Still in sport, Hwang Hing-Shang scored twice as Wolves inflicted a 4th consecutive Premier League defeat on Brentford's side at the Gedge Community Stadium. The result lifts Gary O'Neill's side up to 11th in the table, with the Bees, who were without 10 players through suspension or injury, 4 points above the relegation zone in 14th. The opening 3 goals of the contest arrived in a 4-minute period in the first half, with Mario Lemina heading in a Pablo Sarabia delivery for the 2nd consecutive game to give Wolves the perfect start. On our entertainment news, Colombian superstar Shakira has been honored with the unveiling of a 6.5-meter statue in her Caribbean hometown in Barranquilla. The imposing bronze and aluminium sculpture portrays the singer in one of her famous belly dancing outfits. The 46-year-old's pose is evocative of the iconic music video for her 2006 chart-topping hit Hips Don't Lie, which featured Wyclef Jean. The unveiling ceremony took place on the banks of the Magdalena River and was attended by Shakira's parents, William McBride and Nadia Ripoll. And that's all we have for you at this time. Do well to follow us on social media, subscribe to our YouTube channel, all of which you can find on our website, spectrumtvlive.ng. This has been Spectrum Television News at 12. I am Uyai Anek, and thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day. Good afternoon.